welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 309. It's chilly out and I am wearing the huge shawl that I made from the yarn from Yoka's advent calendar last year. Yoka Sherman-Nagel, she does have a YouTube channel. She's almost at 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't gone over and checked it out, I'll put a link to her channel down below and you can check it out. She does all kinds of crafts and things, but yeah, it is in Dutch, but you can understand what she's doing. You'll figure it out. But she does some really neat things. So anyway, she and I exchanged yarn for a yarn advent calendar last year, and so I made this, and it is, I have the black is what I added to it. So it's 25 colors starting from here. We used 10-gram balls of yarn. So I had 25 10-gram balls of yarn. So it starts here, it goes 1, 2, 3, and just keeps going, and it hits 25 right in the center. And then because I split the balls in half, so it's another 5 grams of it is on this side, 5 grams is on this side, so that it does match all the way across, as you can see. And it is huge. It is all wool, and the black that I striped it with is Knit Picks palette yarn, which I love and I have lots of. So it is super warm. This must be close to 9 feet across in wingspan, because if I drape it over my shoulders like this and stand up, the points hang almost to my ankles, and the back point hangs below, just below my hips. But it is perfect for wearing around the house when I am chilly and I can just snuggle. It's like wrapping a little blanket around me. And so it stays on the back of my chair in the living room, and I have it wrapped around me most every evening. So Yoka, I am getting a workout with this shawl. I am really enjoying it, and I use it every single day. So that's what I'm wearing. So let's get started with what have I been making this week. I have no finished objects, but I've gotten a lot of progress done. We will start with this crocheted cardigan. I am not using a pattern for this. I am knitting or crocheting it around the bottom to the armpit, and then I split and I'm doing the 2 fronts, and then I'll do the back. I got the 2 fronts done this week. It would have been further along, but I got up to the point of the armpit, wrapped it around me, and realized that sadly it fit in the hips, but it was about 10 inches too big under the arms. It was absolutely huge there. So I ripped 2/3 of it back to the hips, the hip area, because sadly that part wasn't smaller, but then I had to go back and do some decreases to taper it in a little bit. So I have all of the cardigan done. Here it is, this part. This goes to my underarm, which would be right here, and then I have split. So this is this front here, and then this section here I will be attaching the back to. So it's all in one piece at this point. And then here is the other front. So if I were to put it on, it would go like this, and here are the front parts to it. Well, no, I'm holding it wrong. No wonder. That didn't look right. Trying to put it on like a shawl. It's coming around from the bottom. So here is the one front, and here is the other front. So it goes up to the shoulders. And then I will be crocheting the back, and then I'll sew it together at the shoulders, and then I will pick up the stitches around the arms and do the sleeves. So I hope to get the back to it done this week. It looks huge as one piece like this, but once it's wrapped around me, it's really not as big as it seems. Or maybe I'm bigger than it seems. Anyway, here we go. So like I said, I'll be doing this middle section, which is the back. And I hope that's not going to be too big. It looks absolutely huge still. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But anyway, there's the back. And so I hope to get that done this week, so I can then start on the sleeves, and then it will have a lapel that goes all the way around and widens at the bottom so that it forms pockets out of the lapels. that's what I'm planning. We'll hope it works out. So next project I have going on, and this bag that I am using is a bag that was given to me by a viewer. She does live locally. Her name's Jane. So Jane, I do use this a lot. And if, as you notice, it has one handle bigger than the other because you can slide this through here like that and it automatically closes the bag. And you can then swing it on your wrist and knit or crochet like this and nothing's fallen out. And that's how I do it too. I've been taking this back and forth with me to work on when I'm riding down the road in the daycare van, because I'm not driving and I don't have to I do have to watch the road, but I don't have to watch my knitting. So I can't do this with crochet because I have to watch what I'm doing. But knitting, and this is just strictly garter stitch, I don't have to watch what's in my hand, so I can keep an eye on the road with the other driver. So like I said, I am not driving and knitting, don't worry. So this is my yarn advent calendar for this year, and the pattern is called My Brave Heart. This was a pattern that was given to me several years ago, and it has these like little bump outs right after all of the eyelets. So you can kind of see them. You'll be able to see it more once it's blocked. I am on, and of course I'm right in the middle of a row. I think last week I was right around in here someplace. So I've gone up through here. I'm somewhere around color number 13. I think last week I was at 9 or 10. So I'm somewhere around color number 13. And each of the colors are 5 grams. And I am just literally tying all of the yarn together. So you can see I am now getting ready to change color right here. I just tie a little knot with the ends just long enough to weave in, and then I keep on going. So according to the pattern, I'm almost done, but I've got almost half of the yarn left, so it's an easy enough pattern. I can figure it out and kind of fake it the rest of the way, and I want to use all the yarn up. So this will be a larger than intended shawlette or neck scarf by the time it's finished. But I'm not sure how big it'll be, so we will see. I'm thinking it's going to be almost twice this size, or maybe not quite twice this size, because it does get wider. It's asymmetrical, so it does get wider the bigger you make it. Because if you notice, the color strips are getting shorter and shorter as I go because it's getting wider this direction. So yeah, that's been one of my knitting projects. And then the other knitting project is the Forevermore Poncho that is taking me forever to do. But I'm getting there with it. It is off of the needles. The poncho itself is done. Here it is. I do have to put the neck on it yet, but here's what it looks like off of the needles. And the ends are curling up a little bit because it needs to be blocked once I finish. And it is, like I said, it's a rustic, aka scratchy yarn, so it might end up getting, I've heard if you wash it and you use a little hair conditioner, like what you use on your hair, yeah, that it can actually soften the wool up. So we're gonna give it a shot. So I have done the sleeves. One sleeve is done. This is what they call a swancho. So it's a poncho with sleeves. And here you can see where they attach. You just held off some stitches and then you pick those stitches back up, and it is a 2x2 rib stitch for 5 inches. So I had the one sleeve done, and the other one I'm still working on. I have about 2.5 inches done, so I'm about halfway done on this sleeve. The needles I am using are Chao-Gu, or Chai-Gu, however you pronounce them. These are size US 7s, and these needles were gifted to me along with a size 6 and a size 8 by one of you viewers who will remain anonymous because I don't know if they want me to say what their name is, but they know who they are. And I do use these a lot. They are perfect for sleeves. They're perfect for hats. These are, I think, maybe 12 inch. I can't take them out to measure them, but they're somewhere around a 12 inch. And they are perfect. They work great for, like, if you're making bigger socks. They work perfect for, like I said, sleeves. They're they're really good for, and they're really good for hats. So, and the US 6, 7, and 8 is what you would use for that weight, for things for hats and stuff like that, and sleeves. So yes, I do use them a lot. So thank you, you know who. But yeah, I will finish that sleeve, and then the only thing that is left to do is the collar. And initially I debated whether I was going to use this yarn for the collar. It's like a big cowl neck, kind of, you know, it's not tight up against your neck. But because this is scratchy, however, the yarn that I thought of putting it with is, in some lights it looks like it goes with it. It's a gray and white, like a stripe. And it looks okay in some lights, and then other lights you put it together and it's definitely two different colors of gray. So I have enough of this yarn left. So the neck is going to be done in this, and like I said, I'm going to try washing this with hair conditioner and see if that does truly make it softer. That's what I've heard. So maybe we'll film that together and we'll check it out together and see how it works out, because that'll be an experiment. So that's what I have been working on this week. What have you all been working on? Now in acquisitions this week, if you missed the video on Wednesday, you can click the link right here and you will see that I had a very kind yarn shop owner called Creatively Altered. It is in Ohio, in Elmore, Ohio, which is southeast, little southeast of Toledo. I had to look it up just in case it was someplace I went near when I went out to visit my son, but it isn't. My son lives towards the middle of the state. Yeah, we still might have to check it out eventually. So here it is. Is this gorgeous? And this is Yakima, is the type of yarn this is. And it is a Plymouth yarn. And then she also sent me this pattern with these beautiful cables, and it's a scarf, and it was made especially for this yarn. Now this yarn is a sport weight, and it is a single ply, so it is not twisted together. It's just a single strand of yarn that is just twisted, but it's not twisted with the second strand. So that's what it means by single ply. And it is tonal. It's a gorgeous red. I don't know if she knew how much I like reds, but I like reds. So this will be my project as soon as I finish either the poncho or the yarn advent scarf. Whichever one I finish first, this is the next project, because just doing the reviews for I did a review on it on Wednesday, and I knitted up and I crocheted up a little teeny sample just so I could, you know, tell you what it was like to deal with and what it was like to use. And I look forward to using it. So yeah, next project. And this is the ball band from it. And there you can see it's Yakima by Plymouth Yarn. And it is, the color is crimson. It's crimson 201, and it is 85% fine superwash merino and 15% yak, which is where the name Yakima comes from. And yak is like an extremely, extremely, extremely soft fiber. So yeah, it's very, I just keep fondling the yarn because it's really soft. So I look forward to making that. Can you tell? So that was Wednesday's video. We had a lot of videos this past week. If you wanted to see what Dave and I did between Christmas and New Year's, we went to Lancaster for 2 days, and that video was Tuesday's video this week, and you can click the link right here and that will take you over to it. And here's the funny thing, if you see in the video I bought some soap. I can't find the soap. It's somewhere around the house. I can't find it. I bought 3 bars of handmade soap and I can't find it. I'm hoping it's in the car, that I forgot it someplace. I have no idea, but I do know that I have 2 that are in lavender and I forget what the other scent is. I can't find it. So anyway, that's going to be my treasure search this week, is trying to find where I hid the yarn, or hid the yarn is on my mind. Yarn is on my mind, yes. I'll find out where I hid the soap and hopefully didn't leave it in the hotel room. So I don't think I did, but yeah, because I only had soap in one. I mean, I only put everything on a table, so I think it's in the car. I just have this feeling that it got left in the car by accident, so I'll have to find it. So that was Tuesday's video. Wednesday was the yarn review, and then Thursday was an update on my bariatric surgery. It has been 11 months, and so if you want to check out to see how things are going and what's coming up next month for me, you can check out that video as well right here, and that would be Thursday's video. So what am I reading? If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I work at a library, so I tend to read a lot, and I especially enjoy cozy mysteries. Cozy mysteries are mysteries that have their murder mystery without all the blood and guts. Think Murder, She Wrote, and that's a cozy mystery. And that's the type I like to read. I like reading the Murder, She Wrote books. Yes, there are books that are based on the TV series and they're good. So I like reading those. I like reading any kind of cozy mystery that involves yarn, crocheting, knitting, anything like that. And I also like the state of Maine here in the US. So I like reading books that take place in Maine that are cozy mysteries. So there is one series called the Maine Clam Bake Mystery Series, and I just finished book 10, which is called Muddled Through. The author is Barbara Ross. And the family owns a clam bake where they take people out on boats and they go to this island that the family owns, and they do these like a lobster clam bake dinner type of thing. And then in the meantime, murders take place, and so Julia, the main character in the book, goes and starts solving the mysteries. So this one was so good, I listened to it in 2 days. I couldn't stop listening to it. It's one of my favorite series that isn't yarn related, so yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so that was book number 10, and so I finished that one. And then I have just gotten started on a new one. I haven't even figured out what it's about yet because I basically loaded it onto my computer, and that's about as far as I got. And that is Murder, She Wrote, Killer on the Court. So that is the newest in the Murder, She Wrote series. And I think there's 50 some of those. There's a lot of them. They were written for quite a few years. Probably 20 some, probably since the TV show went off. I don't know. It's a long time that they've been out there. So yes, that's the latest one, is Murder, She Wrote, Killer on the Court, and I've just gotten started on it. So that is what I was reading, or have been reading. So now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section this week, for those of you who might be new, Come and Get It is when I announce any sales that I come across that I know about, and I give you the links to find those sales. So I also, if I find yarn sales during the week or whatever, I try to put out a short little video. It's always yellow with black writing. That's how you know that there is a sale going on. So the two that I know about right now are Knit Picks, which has 30% off of their luxury yarn. They've been running this sale like for a couple weeks now. So it's 30% off of their luxury yarn. They're also running 20% off of their Comfy brand yarn and off of their bags, like for knitting needles, you know, the storage bags for knitting needles, crochet hooks, or project bags. They're also running 20% off for those. So that is Knit Picks, and the links to all of these sales are down below. I am an affiliate for these places, so I do get a small commission if you buy through my link, which helps support the channel. The other sale that I know about is Lion Brand, and they are running 30% off of bulky, super bulky, and jumbo yarn. You do not need a coupon code or anything like that. It's already been marked down right on the site, so you could just buy to your heart's content. So those of you who like to work with bulky, super bulky, and jumbo yarn, there's a 30% off sale going on. So the other one I would mention to check out would be the Dollar Tree. Yes, the Dollar Tree. Now, if you go into the Dollar Tree store, you won't always see yarn, but if you go to Dollar Tree's website, they do sell yarn. That's where this yarn came from. This is 100% wool. I have not found it since. They had it for a short time, and it was like $1 a skein, but the Dollar Tree is now the $1.25 tree. So you do, if you buy through the link down below that will take you over to their yarn section, they have right now different brand or different types of Premier yarn. There's like Premier Just Cotton, Premier Just Yarn, Premier Just Chanel, and I'm trying to think, there was other ones I thought. You do need to buy the whole case though. In most cases, not to be punny, but in most cases it involves 12, the case consists of 12 skeins of yarn. It says right at the bottom of, you know, the ad for that yarn how many you have to buy. So just so you are aware of it, that you do need to buy 12 skeins on the average. So and they're $1.25 per skein, but that's still not bad for worsted weight yarn. So yes, anyway, that's one to check out. That is over at the Dollar Tree. So that's what I have for you this week. The upcoming videos we have on Wednesday, I have a Lion Brand unboxing. They ran a really good sale a while back, and so yes, Katrina indulged as if I need more yarn, but it said sale and cheap is plastered on my forehead, so you know, Katrina had to go over and buy. And most of this is things I think I'm going to use for a craft sale, so that's where it kind of pays off. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday to see what I got. So thank you all for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you again on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.